Hello everyone. In this video, we will show how to set up and define your materials and sections before you start modeling your structure in Estimber. Our previous video showed how to define your grid systems. So I just opened that model and start working from there. In Estimber, there are different ways in which you can define your sections and materials. One way will be on the go. If you select, for example, one of these type of sections, you just need to select one section and one material from these drop-down menus, and these are the default materials. You can also click on these ellipsis buttons, which will take you to the material and section definition. Or you can also go to Define, Materials, and Find Sections. And this is the method we're going to use for this exercise. For this example, I require defining 3 different materials and 3 different sections. Let's start with the materials. If I go to Define, Materials, you can see all these different materials, which are the default materials. You can see the properties if you click on each one of them. You can add new materials, select from the different categories, and then change the properties. You can remove materials that you don't require. So I'm just going to hold Control and click the ones I don't need, and then click on the Remove button. Since I require 2 different sets of glulam material, I just click on it and then create a copy. And I can start changing the properties here. So this will be 20F AX. And if required, you can also modify this, but we will just keep the defaults for this material. As far for the CLT, I just need to change the number of layers set to 7. So now it has a thickness of 245 millimeters. I click Apply, and then OK. Now let's define the sections. You can see a long list, but I don't require all these sections, so I'm just going to click on the first one. If I hold the Shift key on my keyboard and then click on the number 15, I can remove all these sections and just keep this glulam right here. I'm just going to change these properties, just make it, the one we're going to use is 215 by 456. I click Apply for these changes. I'm going to create one copy of this same section. Just going over the designation drop-down menu. This will be 304. Now click once again, create another copy. And this one will be a 215 by 532. And this is how you can define your materials. You also have other options. You can add these quick commands here to add a different type of sections. You have these options here in case you require importing a database of sections. This also applies for the materials. Let's say you define all the materials you require for a project, then you click the export button and just save this file for the sections. You give it a name and click OK to save it. And then if you open a new Estimber model and you require all those same sections, you just need to click Import, and you can select that database here. Just click the Browse button to find it, where you save it, to open it, and apply it to this new model. I just click Apply, click OK, and my materials are defined. Thank you.